Good evening. Good evening. This is Melissa with Origins of Peace, your neighborhood peace coach, and I hope you are doing well today. It is Sunday evening, so we are here for our weekly intention setting session. So I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. I hope you took some time to relax, to unwind, to just enjoy yourself for a bit, to do something other than work. I will admit that today, well, it started last night, but I found a series on Netflix called Fire Country. I think it was, I think it's like a CBS series or something like that. But I got sucked in really, really deep, really bad. So I have been watching that series and I just finished it shortly before starting our live. So if you are looking for something good to watch, check out Netflix and search for Fire Country because I give it two thumbs up because it's really good. But hey, we're only here for 30 minutes, so I just wanted to pop on and help you set your intentions for this week. So I should be going live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We are multi channel this evening, so hopefully you are catching me on one of these. I was having a bit of trouble with LinkedIn audio today, so I'm not really sure what happened there, but hopefully you're catching me on one of these three streams. So I'm going to go ahead and share our worksheet so that we can jump in today. So hold on one moment. And like I said, I hope you've been having a great weekend. I know last week we had our first intention setting session. So hopefully you were able to um, join. And if you weren't able to join the live sharing, then I hope that you were able to go back and catch the replay. So leave me a comment sometime when you're watching this video. If you're not here live with me, just let me know that you're watching a replay sometime during the week and that you have set your intentions for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in so that we can get through our full worksheet today. So let me just enlarge this a bit. So here we are for Empower Your Week. This is session 2, and we are founding today's session on a quote which says, "Hardships often prepare ordinary people for an extraordinary destiny." And hopefully that resonates with you because I know we all experience challenges, we all experience hardships and tough times, but hopefully you understand and you have the mindset that those things just prepare you to propel forward, propel you into greatness, prepare you to experience whatever that next level of excellence is for you. And I say that because as you're going through those challenges, you're gaining the strength, you're gaining the knowledge, the wisdom to overcome something new and to help you move forward. Okay, so take that quote. It's by C.S. Lewis, and just keep that with you throughout the week. All right, so we're going to start with a reflection period. What happened last week? Let's just take a few moments to just play it back in our minds. What happened? How did it go down? Did someone try you on the job? Were there certain situations that, you wish you would have handled a different way, but, things happen. So let's just take a minute to reflect on what happened during the past work week. And we're going to use a method that you may be familiar with. It's called the STAR method. A lot of folks use it when they're interviewing for new jobs, but it's just like situation, task, action, result. So you reflect on the situation, then you reflect on the task at hand, what was required, the action that you took, and then the results that were achieved by this action. So grab your journal and your pen, and let's get to setting our intentions for the week. I got a new journal just specifically for this course. I found it at CVS of all places, but it's entitled The Prayer Map, and it is the perfect layout to help me go through and answer these questions. So what situations arose for you last week? I know for me personally, one thing that I came up against, I don't really have an automated system to my calendar, So there were two instances where I had a conflict that came up and I had to manually go in and make some adjustments. And I felt really bad about that because, I know your engagements aren't set in stone until you send that confirmation email. But I feel like if I would have managed my calendar better, there were two opportunities that I was unable to show up for that I think would have really been valuable for me. I ended up having to reschedule them to later in the month. So, a situation that arose was I felt like it was really unprofessional that I had to decline these two situations. And, they were pretty important. So, that's one thing I've been kicking myself about since it occurred last week. So, second question is, what were you doing or attempting to do? Me, I was attempting to be in too many places at one time, and it caused me to overcommit. I'll just be honest. I need to do a better job at managing my calendar and being in those places that are important, that are necessary, and that will help me move my business forward. Because as a solopreneur, and there's a lot of roles that I take on in my company, and I do want to, present myself in the most professional way. But last week I really found myself in a situation having to say no to a very important opportunity because I was already committed somewhere else. So, how did I react when I had to make this change? I'll just be honest. I was really kind of nervous about having to reach out to the person and say, "Oh, I failed to look at my calendar properly before setting this time and this date with you. Is it possible to move to a different date?" And then the kicker was I had to do it a second time. So when I tell you it happened twice with the same person. And I was really kicking myself then. So when I had to send that follow up email to say, "Hey, I know that I committed to reschedule to this date and time," there was a reason that I had my calendar was blocked off for that day, but I failed to put in the details as to why I had my calendar blocked off. So I had to go back and send another email. And I also put in there in that email wording that said, I understand if you are unable to meet with me, at a future date. I apologize for the oversight. And I completely understand if we can't make this happen, but I would love the opportunity to speak with you at a future time. And luckily for me, the person understood. They were very understanding. And I appreciate that. But I know that I will do my best not to let that happen again. So, the next question under past week's reflection is, what were the results? The results ended up being fine with the person being willing to reschedule with me. But personally, I feel like I could have done better. I could have handled the situation better. And, it's just a lesson on being prepared in order to show up as your best professional self. So those are my results. And then, are you satisfied with the outcome is the next question. I am satisfied with the outcome because I do have the opportunity to meet with this person in the future. But again, I'm not happy with how unprofessional it appeared on my end. So that is my past week's reflection. Those are just my thoughts about how everything went down. And, it's a lesson learned as to how I will go forward. So, what lessons did you learn from situations that you encountered last week? And this is the perfect opportunity just to think back on everything that you experienced, write it down. So, write down what the situation was, the task, what were you attempting to accomplish, the action, what action did you actually take, and then the result. What was the result that you realized in this situation? And it's called the STAR method. And again, a lot of people use it when they are interviewing for jobs or they're doing like some type of behavioral interview. It just helps you reflect on things that happened and what the outcome was of those things. Okay. So just take a minute, because you have that historical data, jot it down in your journal. Make sure that you keep a tally of what happened, and how you handled it. And, if you're not happy with the results, how would you have liked to handle it? What could you have done instead of the actions that you did perform? And this will help you build your portfolio of, how to handle situations, how to just be proactive the next time. Because I know for me personally, I hope I never run into a situation again where I have to reschedule on the same person twice in a week. And that's just within 7 days. So I'm going to do my absolute best not to allow that to happen again. So those are my reflections from last week. So just take a few moments to write yours down after we finish. And like I said, just grab your journal and a pen and make sure that you're keeping up with that historical data. So then once you have reflected on things past and you've written them down and you've made your notes and you're building that portfolio, you want to set your intentions going into this week. And for growth and going forward, we'll use a method called GROW. It's the GROW method. It's a coaching model. Stands for goals, reality, options, and the wrap up. Yeah. So those 4 models are what you will use to progress forward and set the intention that you're going into. So the goal, what do you desire for the week ahead? So what I did based on last week's discovery, I went through my calendar and I wrote down and I know you can't see it because of my background, but I have things going on every single day of this week. So I went and I wrote down everything, all those, top priority meetings that I have to be at, some online, some in person. And then there are some that, are just kind of second tier. So after our call, I'm going to go through, make sure that I don't have any conflicts, that I've allowed myself travel time to get to each destination, that I'm not having to cancel or miss an opportunity or reschedule again, because that's something that I am definitely trying to avoid happening. Next question. Going into the new week, where are you mentally and emotionally? Mentally, I feel good. I feel rested. I took some time today. I'll be honest, I worked a lot yesterday, much more than I intended to. I try to take my weekends off, but when there's a lot coming up and you have deadlines that are coming up, it may require some extra work. And that's what I ended up doing yesterday. But today, intentionally, I am just getting on my laptop today at 7 p.m. I've intentionally stayed offline as much as possible, except the little, meaningless scroll every now and then just to see what's happening or, what meme I can laugh at. And there's some pretty good ones out there online that will just take your mind away from all the work and the responsibilities just for a little bit. So that's what I've been doing. Emotionally, I feel good. I feel empowered. I feel ready for the tasks that are ahead of me this week because I have a lot going on. There's a big opportunity that I am praying will come to fruition. So I have that final meeting tomorrow, with these decision makers. So I'm hopeful in that situation, hopeful, but not anxious. I don't want to be overly anxious for anything. I've laid my requests and my petitions out. I've said my prayers, and I'll just leave it at that and be peaceful about this situation. I have a couple of presentations this week. Some of my products, my room spray and my herbal tea, will be in a retail pop-up store this coming weekend. So I've been preparing for that. And then there is a ball, like a mental health, a mental health awareness ball that I am volunteering at. So, I just want to show up as my best self for all of these situations. So I feel pretty good. In addition to just kind of vegging out and watching Netflix all day, I did take some time to clean up my house. So I feel really good when things are organized and the air is crisp. If you have not smelled Origins of Peace room spray, you should do yourself a favor and do so, because that will just clear any negativity and any negative vibes that you're feeling, and just, help boost your mood and put you into the right frame of mind. So the third question for setting your intentions for the week are: do you feel empowered / inspired to achieve your goals this week? I do. I do. I do. I do. And I hope you do too. But if you don't, there are things that you can do. If you're not feeling empowered, if you're not feeling inspired to achieve the goals that you need to stop right now. You need to write down, what are the things that you're trying to do this week? And then take a look at your strengths. What strengths can you leverage to make those things happen? And then, is it possible for you to break those goals down into smaller goals, mini goals, like smaller, measurable actions? It's all about, breaking it up and not becoming overwhelmed in the things that you have to do, but making accommodations where you're not feeling stressed, where you're not feeling overwhelmed. And if you need help with that, let me know. I do have this whole process called Victorious Goal Setting. And the whole purpose of Victorious Goal Setting is to tap into your strengths, your values, your abilities, and your talents to get the goals done that you need to get done in a specified time frame. So you can send me an email at support@originsofpeace.com, and I'll be happy to help you through that, because there is no way that we should be feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, or just, stressed out about the things that we know that we need to get done, and we know that we have a specified time to make it happen. Okay. The next question for setting your intentions is: are you well rested? Did you get some rest? Right? Did you have a chance to clear your mind? If not, let's take a minute right now just to take a couple deep breaths and just to clear our mind, right? So I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath with me, and you're gonna breathe in deeply and hold it to the count of 4, and then you're gonna exhale, and we're gonna do that 2 times. Okay, so inhale, hold it, and then let it go. And you do that as many times as you need to reset yourself, to regain focus, because there is no way that you should not be going into this new week not feeling rested, not feeling clear, not feeling focused. But it's easy to do when we allow things to pile up on us, when we don't give ourselves the grace that we need to rest, to sit with ourselves, to find peace inside and peace around us. And one of the main reasons, that I wanted to take time to clean my house today is because I didn't have a lot of time to do it last week. So I had to catch up on some laundry, catch up on some other things. And when my space is feeling organized, I feel like I produce better. There's a better output from Melissa. There's a better outcome. So, it's very important to maintain peaceful spaces. And when I say that, I don't just mean your outside environment, but that's you too. That's inside as well. So peace on the outside and peace on the inside. Okay. Our next question is: what can you do to prepare for next week? So are there things that you need to do? You got your journal. You should be answering all of these questions to help you prepare and set those intentions for this week. What can you do to prepare? Do you need to meal prep? Do you need to schedule at least 30 minutes of movement each and every day to keep you, movement keeps you flexible, keeps that mind sharp, keeps you fresh and hot on your toes. So schedule time to move. Schedule time for meal prep. Like me, I took time to do laundry today. Have you done your laundry yet? Are you starting the week off fresh? Okay. Just think about the things that you can do that will make it easier for you to get through your week, without a bunch of obstacles, without a bunch of last minute items that you got to rush and do before you can get to this appointment or before you can, show up for this particular event. Take time this evening to get it done, so that you're going into your new work week with, a clear mind, clear perspective, and a fresh start. And then that last question, it goes back to movement. Can you plan at least 30 minutes of exercise daily? So I know that we talk a lot about how we feel and how we show up at work. And a lot of times, procrastination and just overwhelm, it happens because we're stagnant. Like we can't move forward, or we don't know how to move forward. Or, we might think about a certain topic or a certain subject too long. In the corporate world, they like to call it analysis paralysis. But let me just be honest with you. Get up and move. Move something. Move your body. Just move. Sing if you want to. Sing. That's a form of exercise as well. But you need to do something that will help you break up the energy from what it currently is now and have it moving in the direction that you want it to go. It's all about movement. It's all about being flexible. It's all about the agility that you're willing, to do in order to break up whatever that current energy is that you're having that's keeping you feeling exhausted or keeping you feeling stressed or overwhelmed. You got to break that stuff up. Okay. So those are our intention setting sessions for the week. And like I said, it's called the GROW model, which is a coaching model. And this is an adaptation. It's not the same exact thing, but it's an adaptation of it. But these questions will help you to set your intentions, to help you create a plan, on how to move forward. And this is the model that we'll keep each week. First, we'll reflect using the STAR method, and then we'll set the intentions using the GROW method. Okay. And then before we get out of here, I want to challenge you in one area. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you in the area of mindfulness this week. And let's see. I'm going to pull a card and see what the card says. This mindfulness card says, do something creative that absorbs your attention. We have any creatives out there? Because I am a corporate creative. Let me tell you, I love to think in color. I love to think outside the box. I love to just come up with these unique and exciting ideas that just, get things going, just get the motivation going. But I always end up in roles that are like compliance, contract admin, stuff like that. Like I am a creative in like the most non-creative roles ever. And, I guess it's a balance because I do have that creativity, but I also have that detail oriented side to me where I like to double check and triple check that something's right. And we got all the details in here that we done looked at this plan. Everything makes sense. It's all going together. It's a balance, right? But I want to challenge you to do something creative that absorbs your attention. One thing that I'll be working on this week, I have an event that's coming up in September where I want to, if you're not familiar with Origins of Peace, I have this segment of my business called Planters with Soul. And we have these unique planters that just dress up your room, right? So I need to put out a few of these planters this week. So that is going to be my creative activity, to go in and make several of these so that they can be on display at this event in September. But with everything else that I have going on, I need to start that this week. So that is what I'm going to do to absorb my attention. So that's it. That is my stretch goal for you today, is to do something that absorbs your attention. And I'm going to leave you with this thought that self-care is not an expense, it's an investment. So Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, make sure that you're taking the time that you need to get the things done that you need to do. And this session right here, setting your intentions for the week, it's really important to do so you're not caught off guard, so that you're not reacting in a way that, will make you feel like, oh, I shouldn't have did that, or, don't have regrettable actions. So meet me back here next Sunday, every Sunday, as much as we possibly can at 7 p.m. We'll go through the list of questions again, give you time to reflect on things that happened in the past week, and then you'll set your intentions going forward into this new week. So if you don't already have a journal specified for this, take some time to get you a journal that you can specifically dedicate to this activity, weekly intention setting. Okay. And then meet me here at 7 p.m. next week. So I hope you have a fantastic week. I thank you for tuning in. And again, if you're catching the replay, just comment replay and let me know what you think. Okay. So I hope you have a fantastic week. And I am out. Peace.